When we lose sight of where we came from, we don't know where the hell we going, and now we sitting here talking a language that doesn't equate to us. But I can't tell you how many times in the last 12.5 years that I've seen overqualified minorities get paid way less than underqualified white folks. You might have made $110,000, but somebody less qualified than you doing the exact same job as you, I've seen make $150 and do less work. You don't know that because you don't see their salary. Well, we still finding ourselves picking up a second job. Or we out here got to find a side hustle, and for what? Because we qualified enough to get higher in that pay band, but guess what? We don't even get privileged to know what the pay band is anymore these days. We've been beaten up for a long time in American history. When y'all want to fix it? When? Because I didn't emphasize this in the affirmative action versus DEI video, and so many people had comments about it. I want to make sure that you know that you need to earn your qualifications. I say that so much to my 21-year-old daughter, and sometimes I get on social media and I feel like everybody 21 or younger. Hey y'all, this is Timeka, the face behind Heyyy HR, and let me tell you something. The world has been in a chokehold for the last 8 days. Now I'm recording this precisely on January 29th, and this video is going to come to you shortly after. I can only imagine the other executive orders that may be signed, the TikToks that may be created, the IG Reels that may be created, the initiatives that may be launched. But in the midst of it all, I want you to completely understand this to some degree as it's coming to you. And so if I can do anything, I figured I can be a resource, particularly because so many of these changes are literally affecting your workplace and your life. I feel like, listen, it's pointless in going to work if I can't get a hold of my life, if I don't have my life in some type of grip where I can handle both. A lot of times we get lost in the cloud and we feel like, well, I need the money to be able to take care of my life. Yeah, but if you don't have your senses, if you don't have just a clear understanding, if you don't have a clear mind, if your mind is rambling, how can you be effective in the workplace? Now we're giving folks another reason to get rid of us because we coming to work and doing all kind of craziness that we weren't doing because our minds all over the place. There are quite a few videos that I have prepared to create and have created, and that will be coming very, very soon. No different than the video I just posted where I wanted you guys to understand that there is a difference between DEI and affirmative action. And so I put that video here. It's been going wild in the streets on the YouTube. I've been posting it multiple other places, or at least snippets of it. And that video is one that has brought so much attention because of where we are in our political standing in the US. But it's no different than the videos I've created in the past. It's no different than the blogs I created in the past. Y'all, I created the video on what is DEI because DEI has been a mess for a long time. And it's been a mess because people think, or I will say, those, particularly in the Republican area of things, really think that DEI equals black female. And it just doesn't. The second thing is I've worked in HR for the last 13 years, and I tell you no lie, I have seen so much discriminatory practices and so much disparities that this is a pure reason I created HR. The pure reason. So you're not getting information from somebody who just pick up their camera and put their camera in their face and uploaded a video. You're getting information from someone who's worked in human resources for the last 12 and a half years, where I started as an HR assistant, worked my way up to an HR director, did some time as an HR consultant, and now gladly sit as a global human resources business partner. I not only have those positions, but I also have the highest level HR certification, which is the SHRM SCP. Not only that, I went to grad school after getting my bachelor's degree, and I was able to work hard for and achieve a master's in business administration, a master's in human resources management, also a master's in human resources leadership. Now I create videos to educate those who want to not only start their career, but also grow their career in human resources specifically, but so much information for everybody in every career. So I say all of that to you now, so you can know that these videos I'm bringing up is so that you can be educated. If you work in HR or not, too much is affecting too much of us in the US. So this video, we're gonna talk all about the fact that I don't want a job just because I'm a black girl. If you wanna know why I don't, then keep watching. I'm so tired tired of seeing these videos on TikTok, on IG Reels, repurposed everywhere, where I'm looking at my brothers and sisters who are also educated African Americans, and they gonna say,
well, I don't even care about that DEI stuff because I don't want a job just because I'm black. I've had plenty of jobs in the past, and to be honest with you, I got them because of my accolades and because of my knowledge, and so I don't want a job just because I'm black.
and that's scary. That's because, one, you have just spit out a lot of information to tell me that you don't even know what the heck DEI is. Because DEI doesn't give you a job just because you're black. Affirmative action was created to make sure that minorities are included and feel equitable just like everyone else. At that time, we had people who were qualified to vote, qualified to take jobs, qualified to do just like any other civil duty, just like anyone else. Let's break it down so easy that we just go to the fact that we had people who literally couldn't walk into a restroom where a white person was, particularly black people. Same thing for a restaurant or sitting on the bus or going into an office building. We had to go to windows outside in the back. For what? They didn't even need qualifications for those things. So now, of course, to get jobs, to get voted, to have a voice, to be able to help your family, guess what? We definitely don't understand why we can't be included like everyone else, because we were told no over and over again. Y'all, I beg y'all to watch movies like Selma or anything related to Martin Luther King. Like, watch these things again. If you've never watched them, because I don't want to feel bad. Like, I'm so tired of that. That's in the past. Just know that the past ain't far away. I'm literally working on a compilation video with my mother, my cousin, my aunts, like family members, my teachers, my guidance counselors from when I was young who are still alive today. And they will tell you how they integrated white schools as black kids. And it wasn't easy for them. Y'all, that's my parents. I'm 41 years old. That's not long ago. We're not talking about slavery time. So it's really killing me when people are like so dismissive of it. To be honest with you, it kind of scares me because it tells me why you feel like you only getting a job because you're black, because you're uneducated. Listen to the stories of those in our family. But we've gotten to a world where social media takes over our time from being with our family, right? Because somebody hurt us because they told me when I was little I was too fat, and now I feel some type of way. Now I've disconnected from my entire family for one person making a comment versus me saying to that person, I don't appreciate that comment. When in actuality, it's more to that than just that. Secondly, when you look at the life that they lived in that time, they were hurt over and over again. They're living off of trauma. How can you expect them to treat you so well if they still haven't managed that trauma and have the stigma that going out to get any assistance with their mental health makes them crazy? This is a time to educate them and let them educate you. When we lose sight of where we came from, we don't know where the hell we going, and now we sitting here talking a language that doesn't equate to us. It doesn't. And the biggest thing is when folks say, well, I already had plenty of jobs because, I'm qualified and I can do this without a problem and I've lived a good life and it wasn't just because I'm black, so I can get jobs based on my qualifications. You absolutely can. But I can't tell you how many times in the last 12 and a half years that I've seen overqualified minorities get paid way less than underqualified white folks. Let me just be clear. I don't know how to even make that sound no better, because I'm getting so tired of people saying, oh, well, we lived a good life. You might have made $110,000, but somebody less qualified than you doing the exact same job as you, I've seen make $150 and do less work. You don't know that because you don't see their salaries. They ain't telling you. So now you're just happy because you're getting this money. Let's think about why you're happy because you're getting this money. Only because you don't even realize that your previous family, they haven't received that money, and it's not because they weren't qualified. It's not that they didn't have the knowledge to get the position. It's that they weren't given the opportunity because of oppression. All right, so I told y'all that I wanted y'all to know why I'm happy getting my job as a black girl, right? I'll tell you I'm happy getting my job as a black female, but that ain't the only reason why I have gotten several amazing positions, why I have sat at C-suite tables, why I have made executive level decisions. It was because I was qualified. You forgot? Okay. All right, I get it. At the beginning of this video, you can just go back and see all the qualifications. Matter of fact, to make it easy for you, I'm gonna just slip in here and replay it. Worked in human resources, 12 and a half years, where I started as an HR assistant, worked my way up to an HR director, did some time as an HR consultant, and now gladly sit as a global human resources business partner. Also have the highest level HR certification, which is the SHRM SCP. Not only that, I went to grad school after getting my bachelor's degree, a master's in business administration, a master's in human resources management, also a master's in human resources leadership. You ain't hiring me just because I'm black. You're hiring me because I'm qualified. The sad thing about it is, to be honest with you, for the positions that I have done and that I continue to do, but outside of maybe my last 2 positions, I'm actually overqualified. I've had these qualifications majority of my career. You ain't seen that too much with folks that don't look and talk like me. So affirmative action allows us, regardless of what I am, and when I say what I am, that I'm referring to like the protective classes, right? The protective classes under the Civil Rights Act and things like that. But it includes that along with the fact that I'm qualified. Now, DEI is very much the same, but a tad bit different. One word makes a difference. Because it says that I want to be included. I don't want to just be allowed. I want to be included. You can get in the room, and if you're not the person that's making the rules and telling everybody, hey, you got to change to this, then honestly, you really just got a job because you're black. But the minute I can sit into conference rooms and tell folks, hey, no, we need to not get rid of this policy, but we probably need to adjust it. We need to look at our recruiting strategy a little bit differently. We need to make sure that we're getting an external compensation analysis done to make sure that we're paying everybody equitable, regardless of any of the protected classes. If you can't manipulate those things, and I can't even say manipulate because that's a bad word, but if you can't, in this sense it is, but if you can't make change on those things, then what does getting in the building really going to do besides give you a paycheck to take home? I'm thrilled to be a black girl and get this job because too many of my people behind me were qualified and didn't get the job. Too many of my people are now qualified and don't get the job. Too many of my people that are overqualified or even just qualified for the position get paid less. Well, we still finding ourselves picking up a second job. Or we out here got to find a side hustle, and for what? Because we qualified enough to get higher in that pay band, but guess what? We don't even get privileged to know what the pay band is anymore these days. This is the reason why pay equality was created. It's another initiative under DEI. Y'all got to educate yourselves. So I want you to make sure that you educate yourself. And these are some ways you can educate yourself. Know your history. Know your history. They're taking history out these schools, man. You gotta know your history. Regardless of what race you are, know your history. Because like I said at the beginning of this video, how do you know where you're going if you don't know where you came from? I still watch slave movies and people will walk in my house and be like, why are you watching that? I want to know where I came from. I want to be reminded that my ancestors risked a lot, just like my mother risked a lot. Just like my father risked a lot. Then learn American history. Don't just learn your history and stop. Learn American history, because now you can see how your history fits in. And for most of those in this protected classes, if we're African American, if we're Latino, if we are Asian, if we are female, if we are in the gay community, if we are a veteran, we've been beaten up for a long time in American history. When y'all want to fix it? When? I want you to make sure, because I didn't emphasize this in the affirmative action versus DEI video, and so many people had comments about it. I want to make sure that you know that you need to earn your qualifications. Now, I'm not telling you go run and get a degree, a certification, and all of these tons of things at one time. Now, I'm not saying that. As you grow your career, because too many of us now come up in this world where we're looking at TikTok and we're looking at IG and we're looking at people with the nice backgrounds and they're driving the fancy cars and they got the nice outfits on and they got the stacks of money and they got the beautiful hair, and them videos go wild because so many people aspire to live that way. When in actuality, y'all just looking at what they showing y'all. Y'all don't even know if that's their house. Y'all don't know if that's their car. Did they borrow this money? Is this real money? Like, we don't even know, but we get excited with them videos, right? And the sad thing about it is we want to get there so fast that we forget that it takes time to get there. So them stuff online ain't reality, man. They're not reality. Be realistic. I've had too many mentees who they'll show me their resume, because that's what required when I'm doing career mentoring with you. And they literally are a coordinator or they are assistant and they want to be HR manager. Child, not tomorrow, innit? Particularly if they're doing a specialized field like recruitment or benefits or something like that. You need to learn full HR before you can manage not only HR, but also employees. Take your time and grow that career ladder, and your qualifications that you will need will grow with it. So don't feel like you got to get these qualifications all one time. What y'all trying to do? You ain't got to live for that tomorrow. It's okay. Take your time. I say that so much to my 21-year-old daughter, and sometimes I get on social media and I feel like everybody 21 or younger. The last thing that I will say is, okay, I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I really am not. If you go to my TikTok, I have way less videos there than I do on YouTube. And I just do that to play around with it, but I'm not a TikTok fan. But what I do like is now so many educated and powerful and pristine African Americans have created Hillman Tok University, and I love it. So it's teaching you on all things related to African Americans. They're talking about fashion. They're talking about education. They're talking about children. They're talking about everything. And they're doing it in the most non-traditional way. And yeah, that you just need to use that to learn. These people are educated. They're teachers. They're doctors. They're educators. They're amazing. And I think that that's where you should go. So I'm going to try to put some of these links down in the description box so that you guys can catch on to that. If you're on my email list, then you will absolutely hear even more about it. I have several blogs. I will embed that, if I haven't already, into my blogs. I try to make this video short because I know so many people don't care for long form content, right? I don't know how y'all can watch a whole hour or watch a whole series of real love of whatever, or, love and hip hop, whatever. But you come to educate yourself on social media, you want it in 3 seconds or shorter. Like, I don't get it. But I made this short. I just said that to say that I have very detailed and more robust information on my blogs. So I'll put the links down there because honestly, y'all, I go way deeper on every single blog than I do in these videos because I'm trying to make these videos catered to you guys. So I hope that this was able to clear some things up, because too many people are scaring me with the idea that they think they don't want a job just because of the color of their skin. They're confusing the fact that you need to be qualified too. And I'm so proud to be an African American that can get or has had a really good career, and it wasn't just because of the color of my skin. But I'm happy for the generations before us, including my mom, my church mom, my cousin, my teachers, who I will also bring out on my platform. I'm so happy some of them have agreed. I haven't talked to the rest of them yet, but I'm so appreciative of them risking so much so that I can say just that same line that I just said. Because without them getting in the room, mainly because they're Black, I wouldn't have been able to get to the table. If you really want a deep dive and you want to get close and in person with Timeka, then you want to definitely join my YouTube membership, where you're not only recognized by YouTube, by the badges that you get to show me that you're a real OG or that you're truly committed to Heyyy HR, and that you understand that you're going to respect me at all times and I'm going to keep giving you free knowledge. But you also can get any of the other memberships that include member-only Q&A lives, member-only lives, member-only Zoom calls. I automatically answer all your questions first. I create your video requests that you put in the comments first. You get notices from me directly to you and not the entire platform. You get videos from me on a monthly basis. I'll put the link down to that below as well. For those of you who are new, I hope that you enjoyed this video. For those of you who are returning, I cannot wait to see you on the next video.